It's time to be Tuesday. Alright, welcome to Tubi Tuesday, and today we are looking at The Guest from 2014, starring Dan Stevens, Maika Monroe, and Lance Reddick. And it's directed by Adam Wingard. Now, a little story with this. This movie was actually part of my Pick 10 wildcard stuff. I had it in a little thingy here. No, that's not the right one. It's the wrestling one. In a little thing here. And thing is, it's on Tubi for free. However, it has recently popped up that is going to expire and won't be on there anymore. So I had to watch early. So I said, okay, I'm gonna wait on what I was gonna do, which will be next week's Tubi Tuesday, and I'll do. Hold on, it's. Do The Guest today, so this week. So, The Guest is about a man named who shows up. I forgot the name. Alright. Dan Stevens plays a man who shows up. He claims to be a friend of the eldest son of the people in his family. And it's like, he points out his picture on the thing that he knew. But he claims to be the kid Caleb, best friend. And, he shows a picture and I was like, oh, okay. And then invites him to stay there for a while. The dad becomes like a best friend to him. Hey, you want a beer? They drink a beer with him and stuff. And only one that's a little iffy about it is the daughter, Anna, played by Maika Monroe. And, I want to say, this movie, it starts off a little interesting. Where's this going to go? What is this guy, something's going to happen. It's a thriller. I was told it's a horror movie, but it's actually a thriller. Horror and thriller can intertwine every once in a while. So you want to know where this is going and stuff. And it starts off intriguingly enough where he's blending into this new society. He's staying with his family. He's going to parties with the oldest daughter, who is 20. And, yeah. And there's a real comparison, too, where the dad just accepts this guy off the street. David, that's the guy's name. Accepts David off the street, but lashes out towards his own daughter for anything. He accepts this guy, he hands him a beer, she says, I'll have one. He's like, no. She's like, I turned 21 in a month, which, here's the little tidbit. My mom was letting me drink alcohol when I was 19, but I'm not the party kind of guy, But and then when she reveals she's still dating a boyfriend that he told her to break up with, he freaks out, but he's okay with this random stranger going around town with his kids, but he lashed out at his daughter for going around with some guy he just doesn't like. He's a pothead. He's older, dating a 17-year-old girl, but it's over now because she's 20. Legal. Obviously, I didn't do anything when she was 17. At least I don't think so. But, anyway, it's over now. But, slowly, we start to see that something is different with David, and they're at this party with the drugs and stuff. He smokes some weed, and then he asks Joel David Moore, who has a cameo in this film, I can get some guns. And then he kills both Joel David Moore and the guy he gets the guns from the next day, and blames the body. He frames the boyfriend. Which, the boyfriend's a bit of a jerk, but I don't think you deserve that. And the way this movie ends doesn't give us a clear answer as to what's going to happen after this. Really, we'll get to it. Because once they start to explain what's going on, I feel that's when it starts to fall apart. Although the climax is actually pretty good, but so get that fly. Anyway, David starts, and people start dying, and Anna, she starts to realize that it most likely is David. Is no one died before he got here. She calls the place, and they tell her that he's dead. When she confronts him in front of her parents, by the way, he just brushes it off as, oh, it's my cover story. And they have to say I'm dead, which we find out something that makes me question some things, okay? So, during this is when she tells about her boyfriend, and they kind of just brush it off too. When she, points out the very logical thing that he's behind it. Killing started after he showed up, and like when she called the place where he's, his army base or whatever, they said he was dead. He just says, "Oh, that's my cover story." They have to say that or something like that, and the parents just brush it off like, "Oh, okay, you want a beer?" It's like, no, that's not how that works. Your daughter is concerned with this. That's what I'm saying. The father disregards everything the daughter says because there's some kind of bad relationship between them. And ultimately that's their downfall because when Lance Reddick and the rest of the military show up, including Candace Patton, apparently, according to Wikipedia, but I didn't see her in there. You don't know, she's Iris West Island. Iris West Allen on the Flash. On the Flash. But, yeah. Supposedly she's in there. But, so he kills both the parents. David does. And then goes after the kids. Now, there is this scene that had me kind of a little confused. So this is what anchors me about movies with bullies in them, because I think I've been complaining about this every time I watch them. There's this bully that keeps picking on the younger brother. Calls him the F word, the FAG word, which I won't say. Calls him that word. And he freaks out, punches him, and the kid gets in trouble for it. But keep in mind, this bully was throwing him around the classroom before he did this, and this kid gets off scot-free, and the kid who punched him gets threatened with expulsion. And I'm like, well, where's the room with the other kid's parents telling him he's expelled? There was eyewitnesses there who saw this kid saw the bully throw this kid around the place, trashing stuff. There's physical evidence of stuff broken from throwing the kid into it. Not one of them said anything. I find that to be bullshit. I know that there's some kind of, he's a popular kid, the other kids picked on all the time. Sure. But it makes no sense. Not one of them wouldn't tell us he started it or something. This kid gets off scot-fucking-free. And I don't know if he's one of the kids that is killed. If he's killed by or not. But David shows up with the mom. This is before he kills him, obviously. And he talks to the guy, saying he's going to sue them because they called a homosexual boy, a gay student, the FAG word. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know he was gay. And so, okay. What do we, so he gets some, like a month after school in detention, which is more reasonable than just expelling him. They have a zero tolerance for violence, but if that was true, there'd be less bullies in that school, and that's just not true. So yeah, and so that happened. And then, like, when Lance Reddick shows up, that's his superior or whatever, they explain that there was an experiment done on David, and, like, it's in his genes that once his cover is blown, he's got to kill everyone involved. So it seemed as if he was trying to help this family because he was a friend of their son, Caleb. But as soon as shit went down, like, something activated in his head, and start killing everyone, which kind of goes against what he was trying to do. I don't know. Because everyone what that was involved was someone who was like had something against this family. The boyfriend, yes, he was a bit abusive, but I feel like he was more vocal than anything, and I felt like maybe he didn't deserve to be thrown in jail, but who knows? Uh, Anna tries to call her brother, but he's in detention, helping set things for the Halloween dance to take place at Halloween. And teacher takes it away. Oh, you cannot fool him. Give me here. Just like, we don't need that scene. All you need to do is have her call and show that it's on silent. We don't need to have the scene where the phone is taken away. We don't need to see that. Basically, all you really need to do is not even show the phone. Have her call and say he's not answering. That's all you need to know. Because that puts more tension. Has David gotten there first? Is that why he's not answering? What's going on? But then when she comes in, he's just fine. He's like, I try to call you. I'm like, he'd be like, I'm in detention. My phone's off. But there's more tension that way. We get this cool climax. He kills Lance Reddick. And then he goes after the kids because they're the last ones left. And there's a Deus Ex Machina because earlier in the film, David gives the kid a knife, and I'm like, he's going to kill you with that. I'm like, oh, so that's how he's going to die? Sure enough, he stabs him with it, and then something happens. When a hazmat team or something comes in, it's revealed that he survived, and he goes, oh, what the fuck, or whatever, what the hell, and the movie just ends. And if there's one thing I always complain about, it's that that we need a wrap-up scene to let us know what's going on. Because they say, oh, here's what you should have done. Because they already say that they only found like a couple bodies in there, right? That David's is missing. That's all you need to do. Like, you do is you have them in the back of an ambulance or whatever, healing. Someone from the military or something says your boyfriend's gonna get off, gonna be okay. He's not gonna go to jail. David's responsible for all this. And then you reveal, oh, we only found a couple bodies in there. And then you think, okay, where's David? And then you can end with that. But when you show us that he's still alive, and in 7 years, almost 7 years, we have not got a sequel to this. You set up a sequel. Unfortunately, I don't think this was seen by enough people because it had a short run in the theaters. But I'd be cool with a sequel to this. I think there's an 80s aspect to it with the score. It's very much an 80s synthesized kind of score, which is kind of cool. Fly. And I just like this premise of someone comes into your house, claims to be someone else. Do you believe who they are? Or is there something sketchy? I almost would have preferred if he was lying about who he was. But the fact that he showed the picture shows you he did serve with David. Or did serve with Caleb. Now, he says that Caleb was also a part of his the experiment. So, question is Caleb actually dead? Because, as it was, when Anna called and asked about David, they said he was dead. And then David says that's his cover story. So, is Caleb's death a cover story too? Who knows? Dan Stevens puts in a great performance, as does Maika Monroe. I think they're both really good. The guy from Alien Resurrection who spoke in French and then got killed he's fine. He's the dad, by the way. Leland Orser, I'm sure that's who it was. The guy that was the French guy who got burst out of him in Alien Resurrection. And which I don't think is that bad of a movie compared to Alien 3. It's a masterpiece. But Well, not masterpiece. That's better. But anyway, yeah, good performances all around. Um, some meh decisions, but I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this. I think it's one of the better movies of the 2010s. And there was a lot of movies that weren't so good, but this is one of the good ones. Uh, Adam Wingard does another one. In my opinion, it's really good. Your Next was good. The Blair Witch 2016 Blair Witch movie I thought was good. This was good. Uh, I do want to point this out though. Maika Monroe. This is 2014. She's playing a 20-year-old. The very next year, she would play a 17-year-old. I think 17-year-old in It Follows. So she's got a range. I tell you that much. She can go between 3 years. She is young looking. So, work. Although, watching her here, I thought she looked older than she did in It Follows. And It Follows came out the next year. So it's really weird. This is 2014. I'm like, what's come out? 2017? 2014. I'm like, she looks younger. She looks older here than she did in It Follows. But who knows? This is a good movie. I recommend it. 8 out of 10. So what are your thoughts on the guest? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. This is Tubi Tuesday. I'll see you in the next one.